Where is Waldo Stadium? Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is the home of the Western Michigan Broncos, and the fans have been eager for this showdown for a while. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Ohio Bobcats, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Broncos will boot it away to start the game. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Bobcats return man Hardley helped out the offense with that one. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
Catch in the middle. It's Spargava. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Wall. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. The Bobcats want to crank the tempo.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. And the Bobcats are moving quickly down the field.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Skips away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Bobcats decide to punt it away. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So Western Michigan's offense will take the field for the first time. When you have a weapon like this on the outside and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that, or are you going to try to live on the perimeter? This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting back there.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. The give to the back. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Second and short now after that completion. Touch pass on the run. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
And the Broncos will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Just trying to power it ahead. They pick up 5. Ball spotted at the 12.
I know the passing game sells. The passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Now improvising. The throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every...
Touchdown Broncos! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Scanning the field, it's Wall. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll throw it on first down. They're bringing heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And this defense gets the first sack. And listen, it is so important to hit the QB, to affect the QB. Last week only had 2 sacks for this defense. They got to continue to put pressure and get that guy to the ground.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
He'll take a shot. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the minute. Offense set on first down. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quick pass on the jet motion. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Forced out of the pocket. The last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide. And the Bobcats send out the punt unit. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal. He lets one fly deep. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to pass. It's Wall. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got game.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver.
And they got him for the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On second down, wants to throw it. And it's picked off. Takes it the other way. The 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Western Michigan. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll run it. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. The Bobcats in the hurry-up. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, it's Wall. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the pass hits, picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On first and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. They're setting up the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Western Michigan. What a grab and go from the score.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And listen, the quarterback drops back. He's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last one.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Quarterback empties his backfield. From the gun on 3rd down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, they decided to get aggressive. That was just 3rd and very manageable. Instead, they saw something, thought they could take a shot, but that's the risk reward. You don't come up with it. Now you got 4th down.
On 4th down, going to the air. And he grabs it at the 15. Touchdown, Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Leaves it with the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
He'll bring it back. It's Baptiste. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, 2 biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those 2 things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. A little screen to the running back. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And the offensive line and the quarterback has to do their job on screens. They got to sell. Pass down the field, pass down the field. Offensive line releases. Quarterback now snaps his eyes to the running back. The running back does the rest with the big boys out in front, creating a pass.
The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game, and a lot of...
Going for it all. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos.
You know, often Oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
42, Ohio, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Running back searching for a hole. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to throw, it's Wall. Turns it loose deep. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Kalamazoo. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Bobcats will kick it off to start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Got it behind the line. It's Casey. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
First down.
The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Spangler. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers in so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays throughout the season and really been...
And he makes the catch inside the 15. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it first and goal from the 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Spangler. Touchdown, Western Michigan! And the pummeling has started.
How about the day for this young fella? That's a 4-game stretch. Nope, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. He has been the focal point of this offense, and he has not disappointed.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Back to pass, it's Harmon. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And he's running in the open. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Number 21.
Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse.
He's going to fire deep. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the beatdown has ensued. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Back to throw, it's Harmon. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's going to run it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Bobcats line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
And this quarterback now is throwing for almost 450 yards. That is a lot of throws. That's a lot of success just chewing up yards left and right. Have a day, young fella.
Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They keep attacking through the air. And he pulls it in at the 15. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And the route is on. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put him.
Touchdown Broncos! And the punishment has been extended.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Ohio U offense returns to the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw. It's Harmon. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's caught downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Gets it out fast. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
And they find him early, and I love it because last week they found him often. He had over 100 yards, and they found him throughout the season. This offense is built on his playmaking ability. This dude is unbelievable. He's unguardable, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy conversation. That's why he's going to be featured today, and hopefully in these later moments in the season when you go win a Heisman.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. To the ground to try to move the chains. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Broncos look to keep this drive humming. They'll ride the hot hand. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Finds the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Caught in the backfield, it's Spangler. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Caught in the backfield, it's Spangler. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. To the air on 1st down. He's got his man. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Harmon. Looking down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They want to just keep throwing it. A strike downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Trying to find his man on first down. Wide open downfield. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
Number 19.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus.
He'll take a deep shot here. And he's got it inside the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the returner will be dragged down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Going up top on first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Harmon. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. And they got the completion, but still looking at a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bobcats getting set on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future.
And he's got it at the 20. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
and a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. That's caught. It's Spangler. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left.
Well, I know everyone expected this guy to put up big numbers, but I don't know if anyone thought he could go for over 2,000 receiving yards on the year, but he did with that last catch. Wow.
Feeling some heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Back to throw, it's Harmon. A shot toward the end zone. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw